Welcome back to Breezy Wheel Acres. I'm Jay. We're going to do a walk around. After these storms for the last 4 days, it's been pretty rough. Still kind of misty, rainy here, but at least the severe weather's gone away. We'll take a walk around and look at our green stalks and planters and some of the damage that we've had happen in the last 4 days. It's been crazy, but so far we've survived. No severe damage to the house, which is good, or the barn. We've had a down tree that I've had to take care of as best as I could right now. It's still too wet for me to actually get safely in there and get it out. And we're going to check our drive because we have a drainage, what I call the ravine, and it flooded 4 or 5 times over the last 4 days, and it tends to get close to washing out our drive where the culvert is. So we're going to walk down there and see how that's doing. So we've got our first green stalk here. This is the one with our top parts are Swiss chard. Seconds are tomato, our cherry tomato. And then we've got our pole beans coming in, and the pole beans are looking great. Tomatoes are coming up. And these are just a yellow cherry tomato. And then our Swiss chard. So everything's looking really good there. Hi, Cloud. This is Cloud. He's one of our 8 cats. He's a mostly outside kitten. I know. I know, it's okay. Tell the people how you feel. And then one of our planters, I've got to pick more kale. It's growing like crazy. Carrots are starting to come in pretty good though. And then here we have a couple extra carrots, and then we've got all of our well, we have our travel kitten, and we have a good bit of, well, this is all of our radishes we've planted. And then we have our soybeans here, which are coming up nicely. I planted 18 and 18 have popped. And then this green stalk, I was supposed to get it done before the storms hit, but the only thing we got growing in here actually really successfully is our oregano. So this is a different view of our goat area plus our dog area. And I'm just walking down here. I want to show you the tree that dropped as best I can. It's a muddy mess back here still, so I'm not going too far. But it's right by our what used to be our guinea pen house, and you can see I've cut it down. I was trying to get it detached from that other tree, but right at this point it's just leaning up against it. We're talking right here. I don't have a pole saw, which would help. Hi, Bourbon. But I did manage to get it cut. You can see where it was dropping there. Completely missed the guinea house, which is great because the goats will use that for shelter. That was our original goat barn until we fixed up the other side. But eventually I'm going to have to get that all cleaned up. You can see how much water we still have running out and down. And it is just, I'm walking through mush. The pond is over full. It is normally not this far up into here. We have had close to 8 or 9 inches, but I know other parts of the country, like Kentucky, like 15 inches of rain in the last 4 days. Just absolutely insane. This has been the worst rain system we've had in the 10, almost 11 years we've been here. I can't believe how much rain. It was just absolutely nuts. So normally there's a little bit of a drop off here. You can see the pond is just completely filled in. Here's one side of our main garden. The garlic is doing great. Apparently it's loving all this water. Can't believe how big some of that's getting. And then in here we've got quite a few volunteer sunflowers coming up, it looks like, which is awesome. But still no sign of our asparagus, so that was probably a wash. And then over here, I still got to get this trellis down. We're gonna walk back here real quick and take a look at the overflow for the dam. Right now we're walking across the dam for the pond. I don't think I've ever seen the pond this high. This is just crazy. Maybe once before I've seen it this high. And here's our little runoff area. Yeah, it's a little river. Normally I'd run the tractor down this section that we just walked through here and then get to this back section, but I'm not going to be doing that for a few days. It's absolutely crazy the amount of water we've had. I'm just, whew. We have 4 tornado warnings right directly over our little town here in Tennessee, and luckily none of them hit here in town. Yesterday, my wife and I, we actually saw one of the storm in the afternoon rolling in. We actually saw some rotation in the clouds, and just before we took cover, but luckily it didn't form a tornado, so we were lucky there too. This weather's been absolutely just crazy. I know everyone's trying to recover from it, and I hope everyone's doing well. So here we are coming up on the culvert. A lot of debris up here from the flooding. And this is the side the water runs to, and it looks like I'm gonna have to fill up the hole a little bit. It's actually not as bad as I thought, but it looks like I'm gonna have to get a backhoe in here at some point and do some real work. The sandbags they use to shore this up are probably 20-30 years old, so I got some work to do on this. Anybody know a backhoe? Someone that's got a backhoe I can borrow in West Tennessee? Here we are in the greenhouse. Looks like I've got one panel loose, so we got a little bit of water in here. That's not that big a deal. Actually will help settle down some of this gravel. But I'll have to fix that as well. This thing's still settling in since it's new, but most of our plants are doing pretty well in here. It looks like my dad moved the plants with the amaranth. Okay. Strawberries are coming up nice. This one's already starting to flower. Oh, no, he transplanted the amaranth. Look at that. Okay. I know I've been talking about the amaranth a lot. Got the idea from Ann of All Trades. She uses it to help attract the bugs and kind of focus them on that, and it helps keep the bugs off of a lot of the other plants that they would normally attack if you didn't have it. Also, I didn't know this, and after doing some research, if you're really willing to, you can actually use the seeds like a wheat and make stuff out of it. Don't know about that. That seems a little sketchy to me, but hey, what do I know? I'm very new at this. So yeah, so far, lots of water. Everything's pretty much structurally intact. Have that one tree I've got to cut down, and yeah, well, finish cutting down. and then just hope that this stuff drains off pretty quickly. Overall, we were lucky. I know a lot of people out there weren't so lucky, but it's just one of those things. We never know with these storm systems how it's going to be in the spring. I'm thankful, I'm grateful that we didn't have more damage. I do have to worry about my parents' roof. The winds really did a number on it again, so we'll be dealing with that. But overall, I'm grateful. We've got a little bit of damage, a little area, some areas. I'm gonna have to work on fixing up. Looking forward to seeing how our elderberries come back with those vines on it. I don't know. I think it looks like some of them are actually starting to bud up, so might get some good elderberries this year. Got myself a little stream right now. Always a fun time. You can see going down here the floodwaters, how much it flooded on this side, and this is the downstream side. And when you look back this way, it might not be as easy to tell because it's grown up, but you can see just how bad it is. I also have a clip of when it was flooded that I'm going to include now, so you can see what we were dealing with during one of the downpours. So today is April 5th, 2025. It has been raining for 4 days, off and on, and today is probably the worst day of flooding we have had in our front. It is now overflowing over our drive, which means I'm probably going to have a washout and I'm going to have to repair it again. But this is crazy. Plan is to put the boys, our male goats, over across there. And I thought, well, we're having an unusual amount of rain. Normally it's not this bad. We haven't seen flooding like this in probably 8 years. So yep, just a dreary Saturday. But overall, we're doing good. I hope everyone else out there is recovering. I hope that for the most part, y'all didn't have any major issues. It's been crazy. But Misty and I are thankful for everyone, and we hope that y'all have a great day.